Welcome to Jackie Wall Studio and the Crochet Sunburst Granny Square video. Please like and subscribe, and follow me on social media for all the latest updates. In this video, I will be using US crochet terms and 100% cotton yarn with a 4mm crochet hook. You will need up to 4 colors of yarn, the appropriate crochet hook for that yarn, scissors, and a yarn needle. I will be using a magic circle to work the center of my Sunburst Granny Square. To do that, I'm going to place the tail end of the yarn down over my fingers, wrap around, take my hook underneath the tail end, grab that long end, and from here, my first stitch is going to be 3 chains. From there, I will work 15 double crochets into my magic circle. Alternatively, you could start with a ring of chains. Depending on the size of the yarn, you would need 4 to 6 chains, slip stitch those together, and then use that ring to work your 3 chains and your 15 double crochets. I have 2 stitches left to work into my magic circle. So there's my 15th stitch and my 16th stitch, with that first stitch being the 3 chains. Now I will grab the end of my magic circle and I will just pull that together so that I have a very nice tight center for my circle. And then I will end this row with crocheting into the top of that chain, the top of the 3 chains, slip stitch that together, tie it off, and then of course work in my ends. I have tied on my next color and I have worked that end in. I prefer to work my ends in as I go. So the next round is a puff stitch. Now normally to start a puff stitch on your new row, you're going to chain 3 so you get the appropriate height and then start the puff stitch just on the first stitch. But I'm going to skip that. I have found I can just do my puff stitch right off the start without the 3 chains as long as I pull up enough yarn that's about the height of 3 chains. So I'm going to do that once and I'm going to yarn over, go through, pull up twice, yarn over, go through, pull up. That's 3 times, and I want an extra puffy puff, so I'm going to go one more time for 4. And then to finish off this puff stitch, I go through all of those loops and do a chain. Then I'm going to put 1 chain in between each puff stitch. All right, let's talk through another one. So yarn over, go into the next stitch, yarn over, come through, that's 1. Yarn over, in, yarn over, that's 2. Yarn over, in, yarn over, that's 3. Yarn over, in, yarn over, that's 4. If you prefer, you can do 3. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 loops. I'm going to go through all 9 and then finish it off with a chain and then 1 chain in between and move on to my next stitch. So you're going to do 16 puff stitches around those 16 circle stitches that you did in the previous round. I have 14 puff stitches here and I have 2 more to finish. So here we go. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through. That's 3. You could stop there, or I'm going to do 1 more. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through, and that's 4. And finish off with a chain and 1 more chain in between. Yarn over, go through, 1, 2, 3, 4, go through all, a chain to finish it, and a chain in between, And then I am going to go into the top of that first puff stitch and do a slip stitch through, tie off, and work in my end. For the next row, we are going to work cluster stitches in between each of these puff stitches. So I have added my yarn and I have tied in my tail, and I'm going to work my first cluster stitch, which the first one on this row is going to start with 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. From there, I'm going to yarn over, go through that gap, yarn over, come through, yarn over, and go through 2 of those loops. Now I have 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through the gap, yarn over, come through the gap, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through 2, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, and go through all 3, and then I am going to add 2 chains. Let's work the next cluster stitch, yarn over, go into that gap, yarn over, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, go through that gap, yarn over, come through, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through 2, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, go into the gap, yarn over, come through the gap, yarn over, go through 2, 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, and go through all 4. And now we will work those all the way around. Next one, yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through, yarn over, go through 2. 2 on the hook, yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through, go through 2, 3 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through, yarn over, come through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on my hook, yarn over, go through 2, 4 on my hook, go through all of them, and chain 2. And continue that going right around. Let's finish off the last 2. Yarn over, go through, yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4 loops on my hook, go through all 4, and 2 chains. Pull out some yarn. And the final one, yarn over, go through, 1, 2, 3, and go through all 4 loops, 2 chains. And then same thing, I'm going to go into the top of that cluster. I'm going to yarn through, slip stitch that together, and then I will cut off my end and tie in my ends, and we'll move to the next round. I have tied on my next color and woven in my end, and we are going to start in the corner of our final round, which provides the square for the granny square. So it is only a partial corner for the starting one, and we are going to start with 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4, followed by 2 triple or treble crochets. So to do those, you yarn over twice, go through your gap, yarn over, 4 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through 2 loops, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through the last 2 loops. Let's do that again. Yarn over twice, into that corner, yarn over, come through 4 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through 2 loops, yarn over through the last 2 loops. And those are 3 of the corner stitches for our first corner. We'll go around completely and we'll finish off this corner at the end. Moving on to our next gap in our previous row, we are now going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. And then in the next one, we are going to work 3 half double crochets. 1, yarn over, go through, yarn over, go through all 3, 2 and 3. And then in the next one, we will work 3 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3. All right, and now we are going to start on our full first corner. For our full first corner, we are going to start again with 3 triple or treble crochets. Yarn over twice, go through, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2, yarn over, through 2. Now I'm going to make my corner, and for that I am going to do 2 chains, and then I'm going to proceed and do 3 more treble or triple crochets. And here is the last one. And there is our first full corner. Let's continue. So the next 3 stitches are 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, followed by 3 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. And now our corner again. So starting with 3 triple or treble crochets. 2 chains, and then 3 more triple or treble crochets, and then you will continue and finish that row. All right, let's continue in this corner and do our 3 triple crochets. 1, 2, 3. And the same pattern, 3 doubles, 3 half doubles, 3 doubles, and another corner. And I'll meet you back in that corner. All right, I'm going to finish my last treble crochet into this corner, and we will finish this final side. So from my corner, I do 3 double crochets. Next, 3 half double crochets. And then in our final gap, we put 3 double crochets. And then we are going to finish that first corner where we started and finish off this corner. We started with 4 chains and 2 treble crochets, so we have 3 of the stitches done in that corner. Now we just need the first 3 triple crochets. Oops, yarn over twice. Yarn over twice. I often have to remind myself of that. All right, so there's our 3 stitches. Now we need 2 chains to separate those. And then we are just going to put a stitch into the top of that 4 chains, slip stitch that, and cut that off, and weave in the ends. And there you have it. This is the classic Sunburst Granny Square. Thank you for watching, and remember, just keep creating.